Scott, it's now official. It's signed, confirmed. You are the new manager of Burnley Football Club. So, how does that feel? How does that sound?
Well, I think firstly, excited about the challenge, what we face, and players, team, football club, and myself face, and I think that's the main driving thoughts in my head now. Pleased to be here. It's been a longish process, shall we say, and obviously been speaking for some time now, which has probably been a positive in that sense, because I've got a real feel for the people around the club, and now to be here today, to be around the training ground, and you start getting that feeling again, and can't wait to get on the training field and start work really.
So why Burnley then?
I think many reasons. I think one of the main reasons is what I've probably just suggested there, in the sense of the process. The process was long in the sense of probably got a real understanding of Alan and ownership here. The history of Burnley in that sense as well, from afar of course, in terms of how I see it. Probably got similar traits in the sense of what you stand for as a football club, and certainly what I stand for in some core values probably are very similar in that sense. Hard work and honesty, humility about us in certain moments, and certainly was a big driver. I think, like I said, the main driver was the enthusiasm, the passion, in which certainly Alan and the other owners showed, and the vision they see the football club.
Just to paint a picture for us, where were you? What were you doing? Is it one of those moments where you the JFK moment?
Yeah, no, I was away with the family when I initially got the call in terms of to the start of the process in coming for a first interview and speaking to the club. So yeah, it was nothing too exciting. It was just a flight back to Manchester. So it was all good.
What I know you've alluded to it there. What sort of things did you personally have to consider about taking this job?
Well, there's a lot of things I have to consider. Obviously, I've got a young family, and obviously the dynamics of that, career-wise as well. And like I said to you, the people what I'm going to be around and working with, and the players and the group which this is. And I'm really excited and enthusiastic about this. I feel like at this present moment in time where I sit, this is a really good opportunity for me, and like I said, there's a challenge here. Of course there is. I've been in this position a few times, in the sense of teams that have been relegated and come out of the top league, and the dynamics what that may bring, certainly this year. And there is a big challenge, but there's a challenge here which I'm absolutely relishing and cannot wait to get going really, and for us to be successful this year, and that's I think the most important thing really. Win. Let's try and be successful. Let's try and build a team that the whole football club's very proud of, the fans are very proud of, and this team and these group of players can represent every single one of them in that sense, really, and that's the aim.
So in terms of those moments that you mentioned with Fulham and with Bournemouth, of getting them promoted back into the Premier League, which is probably very high up, if not the most important part on your agenda. So in terms of that experience, what I suppose can you bring from that into this? Are there echoes there? Do you know?
There will be, yeah, for sure there will be. There definitely will be echoes there. I've gone into two different football clubs with both the same objective, and I've probably seen and experienced certain things, what happen at these football clubs and what needs to happen. And like I said, culturally is the biggest one. And you'll often hear managers sit and talk about culture and environment. It's a fundamental ingredient to build a team first and foremost, and certainly to build a team that get promoted. There's not many teams, there's 3 teams out of what in the league this year what are going to be successful. And the ratios and the numbers are really against you in that sense. But there's some key ingredients which I've learned along the way, not just through 20 years of playing the game, but also the 3 years I've had as a coach. And that's something that I need to install, that's something I'm going to need to lead, and that's something that I'm going to give every bit of my experiences into this job now, really.
So in terms of that playing career, it's not that long ago since you actually hung up your boots anyway. 20 years, as you mentioned, 15 of them in the Premier League. You've got championship experience as well. You've represented your country. You wore the captain's armband for your country as well. Have you found that that's made a difference in terms of the players? You know, because you've been there, you've done that, so there is a reason for them to go, all right.
Yeah, maybe. It definitely would help, of course it would. But I think ultimately players, they'll judge you for the work you do, the honesty you are, who you stand for and the values you have really. So, like I said, at 20 years of playing, I was a young boy brought up in a council estate in the middle of London, and there's some values what have been inbred in me and stuck with me that have gave me an unbelievable career in that sense and been able to be successful in them moments. And it's them ingredients that I need to bring across here in that sense. And there's probably parallels into the Burnley fans and what this club represents. And then parallels are exactly what I stand for. And what I stand for is we can talk about tactics, we can talk about philosophy, and I'll bring them ideas. But fundamentally, in the first and foremost, we need to have some core values, what we stand for as a team, for us to be successful. And that is the main job here at this present moment in time, along with all the other detail and the help from coaches along with that. The main thing is what's been inbred in me. I need to echo that out to the players ahead, really.
And as you've mentioned, the fans as well, because it is important here. I know it's important in many places up and down the country, but we're quite proud of our history in Lancashire and everything that we stand for and everything that we do, and that I suppose that social background that you've had as well.
1,000,000%, yeah, rightly so. Yeah, that's them core values are exactly that, and their core values what you should be proud of, which I'm proud of, and they're going to be vital, and the fans will be vital. You know, the season along this journey this year, there's going to be bumps, and that's just the cold hard facts of football and professional sport. And if I could, the ambition for me and everyone is to have this perfect run and never to lose a game and to be the best team ever. But the reality is, and me being honest here, is along the journey, my experiences are there's bumps along the way. And it's in them moments and them bumps that really test character, and you really find out about people. And in them moments, that's when you need an arm around you. In them moments, that's when you need the most support. It's easy supporting teams or being an easier option when things are going well. The real test of a character, the real test of this team this year, the real test of me and the real test of our fans will be when we hit a little bump. And I have absolutely no doubt I've played in this stadium. I've witnessed what it's about. I've managed in this stadium. I've played against Burnley teams before. I have an understanding of the people in terms of what they expect from their team. And I have no doubt they're going to be a massive, massive help for us this year, certainly in their moments.
You've probably got mixed memories about games happening quite recently as well. Should we leave that in the past?
No, look, it's always been a tough place to come, and I think we all know that. And intense place in moments, and it's been a very, very difficult stadium to come into, and it's always been a difficult team to play against. So I don't expect anything different, really.
I don't know if you're aware of this, you're only the 30th permanent manager in the 142 years of history of this club, which is a pretty good record, I think, in terms of, I suppose, showing a club that supports the manager and gives them time. Was that in your thinking at all? Did that matter to you?
Definitely matters, yeah. 100% that matters, really. So, look, as a manager, in terms of how it goes now, I get you're judged on results, and I totally understand that. And I'm here and I'm under no illusions I need to get results, of course we do. But to do the best job you can do and to build that culture, and in terms of longevity, you need to feel support, and you need to feel that from certainly above and everywhere. Them numbers, what you suggest, prove that managers are supported here, and whether that's fan base, whether that's ownership, and for sure that's a big factor for me.
Just a couple finally, if I may, because I'm sure that the first thing you wanted to do, talk to us when you got here, was well down on your agenda. But you know people here already. Does that help?
It definitely helps. Obviously, I know Craig, play with Craig at West Ham, so I'm familiar with Craig, and for sure it helps. And you know, Craig and Vincent, we was in contact a year ago or 2 years ago when Vincent was appointed here, in terms of just chatting through certain things or leaning on me a little bit in terms of how they see things. Obviously this was very new at their moments, and obviously in dialogue with Craig as well. So of course that helps. This is a new environment for me, and the quicker I can settle in, the better. And to have someone who obviously I have a relationship with or a connection with will help me in that process for sure.
So just finally, it has been a very thorough process, as you mentioned. A lot of people impatient, I suppose, wanting you to be here a while ago, but the due diligence was done on every quarter, which is why we're all here now. So what's the first thing that you want to do now?
Well, I want to get on the training pitch, and I want to get around the team, and I want to start implementing how I see things, what's going to be needed this year, what it takes to be elite, what it takes to go and win leagues, get promoted and be successful. And that's going to start from day one, really. That's going to start from how I approach the team, and obviously laying some foundations down that the team understand that. So yeah, they're the most important things now. Get the team fit, let's keep pushing. We've got 5 weeks now before the start of the season. And like I said, it's going to be a long one. It's going to be, at times there's going to be some little blips along the way, of course there is, but I fully suspect I've come here for one reason, and that's to help and try and get us the mission of getting promoted out of this league, really. So that's the plan.
I know you don't need any good luck as such, and you make your own luck, but if there is any more to be given, we're all behind you. We wish you all the very best, and enjoy your time here, and all the very, very best at Burnley Football Club.
I know, I appreciate that, and we're going to need it, and everyone's going to need it. The team, myself, the coaches, the whole club, we need to stick together in this long journey, what's going to be ahead of us, and with the power of everyone, I have no doubt we'll be successful this year.
Thank you, boss. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.